Hello and welcome to Racing Home. My name's Graham. So, Josh Brookes has been out testing in Jerez with his Milwaukee BMW team for a couple of days this week. On the last day, he managed to do 79 laps and he ended up in 10th position with a time of 141.826, which was 1.9 seconds behind Tom Sykes' fastest lap, which is pretty good. He'd been testing, what was it? Chassis setup and mechanical grip. I think he's been turning down the electrics, trying to get a hang of the bike before he starts messing with his wheelie control and all that kind of traction control and all that kind of stuff. Milwaukee BMW have gained a new sponsor as well, which is Gulf Oils. So I'm hoping they're going to do something like Gulf Oils used to do in the 70s in their, I think it was their Le Mans cars, that sort of light blue and orange colour scheme. But I know the Milwaukee bikes have been red in the last 2-3 years, so I'm guessing that they'll probably stick with that. But it'd be a different colour scheme. It'd certainly stand out, wouldn't it? Instead of just red. Love him or hate him, I was glad to see Josh Brookes win the British Superbike Championship this season. He's been pretty close a few times, but he's just not cracked it. But this year, he's just had the bike, which is the thing that's always seemed to let him down in the last couple of years. He's always been almost there, but the bike's not been quite there. But this year, I think he's took it really sensibly, and he's taken his time and he's let the championship come to him. He's not trying to outride the bike and crash and make mistakes. He's got podium finishes when he could, and he's racked up the points, and then the bike's steadily improved, and he's come out a worthy champion, I think, anyway. So in 2009, Josh Brookes arrived in British Superbikes, and he was knocking people off left, right, and centre. At the time, I thought he was a right dickhead because I'd seen him racing in World Supersport. I think he won a round in at Phillip Island in, was it 2004 or something? And I'd seen him that wet race at Assen that Walker won. He did quite well in that till he fell off. But yeah, he turned up in British Superbikes and he was a right accident waiting to happen. On that subject, I think, the Showdown that everybody loves or hates, this bizarre system where they get to, I think within the last 3 rounds, everybody's points get reset and they have to race for the championship over 3 or 4 rounds. Well, everybody said after 2009 that it was Leon Camier who caused it because he dominated the championship and won 18 races. But Leon Camier didn't cause it. It was Josh Brookes who caused it. Because really that year, the only competition that Leon Camier had was his teammate James Ellison and probably Sylvain Guintoli, who was on the Works Crescent Suzuki, who'd ended up with no rides in GP and ended up in the British Championship. So what happened was, Guintoli was, I think, second in the championship by the time they arrived at round 3 at Donington Park. And for some bizarre reason, on the first race sighting lap, Josh Brookes managed to smash into Guintoli going into the Melbourne Loop, I think it was, and basically broke his tib and fib and put him out for most of the rest of the year. So that was the British Championship finished, really. That was won by Camier at that 3rd round, if I'm honest, or in my humble opinion, because there was nobody else who was going to challenge Camier for the rest of the year. So there you go. Josh Brookes caused the Showdown. So it's all your fault, Josh. But I'm glad you're in World Superbike, mate. Good luck. So to prove how mental Josh Brookes was when he got to Britain in 2009, watch the clip that I'll leave a link for of him at Mallory Park where he skittled about 4 or 5 riders going into the hairpin and denied Simon Andrews' one and only possible British Superbike win. He was just out of control and took them all out. And the ironic thing was, Camier was well back in that race. All the people that got knocked off didn't get counted, even though the race had been took back 1 lap. So Camier come second anyway. So I was right all along. He helped Camier win the blooming championship. Hello and welcome to Racing Home. My name's Graham. So, Josh Brush looked like I had a fucking stroke.